Leo Laporte, the tech guy. He's here. Scott Wilkinson, very appropriate on the big. I bet you today is the single biggest day of the year for television buying.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Yep.
All these panicky people saying, oh, my gosh, they're coming over. They're coming over for the Super Bowl. I better have a nice TV.
Yeah.
Did you hear our last call? Are you up on the standards? You probably don't have to worry about stuff like what kind of signal of dorm rooms offering is it?
Well, I was listening in, and it is, you know, you're exactly right. He needs to find out whether it's analog or digital.
Yeah.
One wouldn't be surprised if it's analog, if it's old school. But he also needs a tuner because he's going from a TV, which has a tuner in it, to a projector, which doesn't.
I'm just looking to see if does Amazon still sell VCRs?
Oh, that's a good question.
No.
I bet you they do.
Well, okay, here's one. Well, that's expensive.
I'm pretty sure Magnavox still makes them.
A Panasonic VCR with OmniVision and hi-fi stereo. Used. That's used. I'm not seeing new ones. Let's see. Used. Here's a Funai combination VCR and DVD recorder for $172. He doesn't want that. I think you're going to go to eBay.
Yeah.
And you're going to get somebody's old VCR because you don't even care if it records.
Right. You don't care about the tape or anything.
You just want the circuitry that'll never wear out. And you should probably pay $5, $10. Go to a garage sale.
There you go.
That's probably all you need. I'm guessing, but
But again, whether or not it's analog or digital or what coming out of that.
If he buys a cheap VCR and it doesn't work, like a $10 VCR, it doesn't work.
Well, yeah,
it's
then
not really out much.
Who cares? Yeah, right. Right. Totally agree.
And it'll work. Because I'm sure the school hasn't updated their physical plan.
Yeah, right.
Should have asked him what school he's going to.
Yeah, that would have been a question, definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway, we put on AVS Forum, we just put up an article called 10 Terrific TVs for Super Bowl Sunday. So,
and what are the prices we're talking about here?
Oh, anything from 1,000 up to many thousands.
I look, though, at the big box stores, and I see plenty of TVs for under, for $500, $600, even less.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I always recommend steering away from what are called the captive brands or the house brands. The Element, the Scepter, the Insignia.
Those are big box house brands, aren't they? What is
big box house?
Who does
brands,
Element?
I think it's Best Buy, but I'm not 100% sure.
And then Insignia is Costco, I think.
I don't remember exactly.
Get the name brand. You're saying get Vizio or Samsung or Sharp
or Sony or Sharp. Any of those. LG.
Yeah. All of those are good. And I'm sure that, especially Vizio, they have some low price. I like the software in the Vizio. That's one of the reasons I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the you recommend on AVS Forum an LG 55-inch UHD TV. Wow, for $700 on sale at Walmart and Best Buy. See, that's good enough. That's a good price.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not huge.
I mean, it's not huge, and certainly for the Super Bowl, if you're having a party in particular, you want as large a screen as you can get. And if you're getting an LCD TV, which is most likely, not an OLED, then you want one, and this may be a little difficult to determine, whether you want one that has the type of LCD panel called IPS. There are two basic types of LCD panels, IPS and VA. IPS gives you a wider viewing angle.
Okay. And that VA, you do want, right? So everybody can see it.
Right. So everybody can see a reasonable quality picture.
Best Buy is Insignia. Element actually is not a house brand, but just a cheap Chinese brand.
Oh, okay. All right.
Chat room's telling me they're good. They know this stuff.
They do know this stuff.
Yeah.
And Scepter might be a Best Buy brand as well.
Okay.
I seem to remember seeing it there.
Okay.
Anyway.
Isn't Monday the most returned TV day of the year? I'm guessing. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, it could be. I don't actually know. That's a very good question, though.
Boy, you're going to get the stink eye from a salesman if you buy it on Saturday, return it on Monday. Everybody knows what you're up to. You're not fooling anyone.
You're not fooling anybody. That's right. And besides which, it's a big pain in the you-know-what to unpack a TV and set it up and get it ready to go. And then pack it back up?
Yeah.
And ship it back to
there's no reason to buy an Ultra HD TV for this experience because the Super Bowl is in 1080i. It's not even P. Would you explain what is the difference between 1080i and P, and what am I going to get on my screen?
Oh, that's a very good question. 1080i, the 1080 refers to the number of pixels vertically, up and down, from top to bottom. The I refers to a process called interlacing. And what that does is the camera captures each frame of the video consists of 2 half frames or fields, and the lines of these frames are interlaced, hence the name interlaced. And you get one set of lines and then the other set of lines, and then one set of lines, the other set of lines. And the problem with sports is that that's not so good for fast action, for things flying through the air.
ESPN does its high-def 720 progressive.
720p. Now, it's slightly less resolution, slightly less fewer pixels.
Well, you're not going to see interlaced on an HD TV. You can't do interlacing, right?
No, it will de-interlace the signal. That's correct. But if the ball, say, is in the air and it's moving really fast, the camera is going to catch it at one point during one field and another point slightly different in the other field, and those 2 fields are going to get stitched together.
That means you get a blurry
so the ball's
ball.
going to look exactly
blurry ball.
You don't want blurry balls. That's for sure.
So, but we're stuck with that because that's how CBS does it.
That's how CBS does it. There's no way around it. Nope. So you can, in fact, my colleague Mark Henninger has recommended that you can, with an LCD TV, turn on this thing called frame interpolation, which actually sharpens up things in motion. Now, it doesn't really sharpen the inherent blurriness of interlacing, but it can improve things a little bit. It does create what's called the soap opera effect, but that's more evident on movies shot at 24 frames per second than it is on live TV, which is shot at 30 frames per second.
So the soap opera effect, which I've always hated and all that, is fine for sports. You want it as crisp as
it's really not bad. No, that's correct. That's correct. So you do want to turn it on at least a little bit for something like the Super Bowl.
The problem is it's got a different name in every brand.
I know. It's so terrible.
Technically, it's frame interpolation.
That is the generic term.
You're looking for something that, because the normal progressive video is 60p, 60 frames a second. So you're looking for 120, so double of that or quadruple of that.
Therefore, you really want an LCD TV with 120 hertz refresh rate.
Or 240, some of them.
Or 240, even better. Right.
Yeah.
But you need the faster processing and refresh rate in order to be able to interpolate frames and have the TV create new frames in between the real ones.
Now, normally they shoot these games with cameras that do 1080i. They're the same. But this time,
correct,
they are doing it in 5K.
I know.
But we get no benefit at all because it's just going to convert it to 1080i.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Got that
right.
That's sad. Somewhere there is a television engineer weeping.
Many, I'm sure.
Many going, I wish I didn't have to do this, but I do.
Man, though, if they're archiving it, I mean, I guess it's not really that important to watch, old Super Bowls. But if they're archiving it,
they could archive it that way.
Yeah. They could put it out on 4K Blu-ray
someday. Blu-ray version of the Broncos versus
the Super Bowl 50.
Panthers. Super Bowl 50. Scott Wilkinson is at the AVS Forum. He's the editor-in-chief there. He also hosts a great podcast on this stuff, like deep dive on this stuff, called the Home Theater Geeks Podcast at twit.tv/HTG. avsforum.com online. Hey, thank you, Scott. We'll talk again next week.
You bet.